During one of my adventure trips in the Ugab riverbed near the Brandberg in Namibia, I came across these very unusual tracks. I was puzzled, really puzzled. Clearly, it was elephant tracks, but the circular shaped tracks, which looked exactly like the side wall of a tyre, kept accompanying the elephant. At first, I could not understand it, but then I realized that it must be a poor elephant that got his foot stuck in a tyre. The tracks were crisscrossing the riverbed for many kilometers, and I decided to follow it in search of the unfortunate victim. To get a better view, I had to climb several granite koppies. One day, I came across an area where it was evident that the elephant had a struggle in the sand in an attempt to free himself of the burden. After a couple of days of following the tracks, I came across this very heartbreaking scene. The poor victim was a young bull of about 18 years old called Ugab. According to officials of the Elephant Human Relations Aid, ERA, incidences like these often happen because elephants are very curious beings, and sadly, many humans just dump damaged tires. The tires normally fall off after a few days, but unfortunately, this was not the case with Ugab. A video clip of this case was sent to the officials of environmental affairs, and it was decided to give it a couple more days to see if the tire would come off by itself. If not, human intervention would be necessary. I have spent several days in my vehicle, following him, wishing I could communicate with him in a meaningful way. To me, it seems so easy for a huge animal like him just step on the stuck tire with another foot and free himself. Though his condition seemed relatively stable, I'm sure it must have been an irritating obstacle. Many times I've seen him throwing sand in the tire with his trunk. I suppose that it was done to soothe the irritation that the friction of the tire caused on his skin. My first close encounter with Ugab was at the water point at White Lady Lodge a couple of weeks before the incident. I was sitting in my vehicle with closed eyes, enjoying the peace and tranquility of the pristine desert environment when I heard the scatter of birds. When I opened my eyes, he was there. A beautiful young bull, characterized by both tusks being broken and a notch in his upper right ear. I could not move as it was too late. and the honor and the privilege to film a magnificent creature at close range was mine. In a short while, I got to know him as a bit of a cheeky character, as I had to endure a couple of mock charges from him. Eventually, Environmental Affairs decided to dart him to free him of the tyre. Sarah, the manager of the Brandberg White Lady Lodge, was requested to advise on the exact location of the elephant for the operation, and we went on a search. We found him 6 kilometers from the lodge at a swamp. He was accompanied by Fabio, another young bull. We parked our vehicle at a safe distance, but Uliseb soon started to walk towards us, and we had to stay put, as it was impossible to maneuver my vehicle in the swamp terrain. This turned out to be one of the most nerve-wracking moments of my life. Not only did Uliseb pass by way too close for comfort, but Fabio scared us stiff. That very same night, something so unusual happened. Uliseb visited my campsite, one amongst 42 others at White Lady Lodge. But what made it even more unusual is that he also visited the reception area where Sarah stays. We followed his tracks, and it was the only 2 areas he visited that night. He unscrewed the water tap and obviously not only drank liters of structured water, but also took a nice shower, and then he sniffed around. I am convinced to this day that he paid us a visit that night for a reason. Elephants are highly intelligent beings. Uliseb was started from a helicopter 12 days after I first found his track, and the tyre was removed. But sadly, he never woke up. Officials found a bullet in his body, possibly from an old confrontation with agitated farmers, which could explain his tendency to mock charge so often. This footage was the last that I have seen him alive, but I have in my possession a very special gift from my friend Uliseb. 2 young honor trees that germinated from his dung that I have picked up at my campsite. Over the years, I have developed the habit of collecting elephant dung from all different areas that I visited and allowed whatever seed is contained inside to germinate. Seeds that pass through the digestive system of an elephant are more prone to germinate due to the chemical and physical scarification of the seed coats, which allows better moisture absorption. Hopefully, these two annas will develop into beautiful trees for me to sit under and remember my friend Ulisep. Please like and subscribe and follow my adventures in the Namib Desert, Namibia. Thank you.